What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to talk about 5 of our favorite rides when we were in the Black Hills.
So you're probably wondering why we're talking about Sturgis in March. Well, it's March and spring is right around the corner, and most of us who ride are planning our 2021 rides for the year, what rallies we're going to, and a lot of you are going to be going to Sturgis, and it might be your first time. Last year was our first time and we learned a lot. So we wanted to share with you today the 5 rides that we did that we think everybody that goes to Sturgis should definitely do.
First road we're going to talk about today is a route they call the Lasso, which is Route 90 out of Sturgis through the Devil's Tower region and back around. So Route 90 mostly highway. You get off 90 in Sundance. And I think that's Route 20.
You take 14 to 24?
Yeah, 14 up.
To Devil's Tower.
Mm-hmm. Easy road, not a technical road. Nice hills. If you're streaming music, you won't be on this ride because there is 0 cell phone service. You are in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. It is absolutely beautiful, the ride into Devil's Tower. And I'm sure you can see Devil's Tower from anywhere, but I really like the way that we took the route we took in from the south, because you had a view of Devil's Tower coming over these hills, and it was just
for a long way,
for miles. Yep. It was really amazing. So then we went through Devil's Tower. Stop there.
Obviously, you gotta check out Devil's Tower.
Yeah, nice little outpost, some
National
souvenirs.
Park.
Yeah. Really hot that day for us. It was over.
I was blazing.
100 plus degrees.
Hottest day of the trip.
Yeah.
But again, it's a national park, so there will be, if you want to go all the way up to the tower, it's going to be a fees. You know, you can check those out on the national park sites.
We actually didn't pay those.
We
right?
did not go, and we stopped at that little outpost store just before the entrance because it was pretty jammed up. There was a lot of crowd that day.
Yeah. It was hard to find parking.
Yeah, so we just took some pictures from out there, went in the store, bought some souvenirs, and then moved on.
So then we headed out 14 and next hit the town of Hewlett, right?
Yep, Hewlett.
And Hewlett has its own biker rally, so it's that goes in conjunction with Sturgis. It was a great town, lots of bikes, plenty of bikes, couple of good restaurants, some bars, super packed.
I think Wednesday during the rally is their big day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, but you know, great place to hit, kind of off the beaten path, that small biker rally kind of feel, I think. And we had a lot of fun there. We spent a good amount of time. Lots of vendors they had there.
The vendors. Sheriff riding around on a horse.
Sheriff riding around on a horse.
Yeah, there was quite a few of them actually.
Yeah, pretty cool. Cool little town. Again, like you said, it was packed with bikes, and it was a lot to see there in such a small little town.
Yeah.
We got to throw some darts. Did you throw the darts at the picture up on the telephone pole?
Oh, we did throw some darts.
Threw some darts.
Yeah, that was some political stuff, man.
Yeah, there was some dart throwing.
Those are some good darts.
Yeah. So headed out of there, and that takes you down through a little. I don't even know if you want to call it a town of Aladdin. Population, what, 11?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, this was a place that Bert had researched and wanted to stop. You and Carolyn both.
Carolyn found it because it was an interesting little town of.
The building itself.
It was like one building, 2 buildings.
Yeah, the general store we went into, they had everything in there.
But it was the general store that was connected to the bar.
Yep.
That was connected to the post office.
Yep.
And wasn't there gun sales there?
And there was
and there were gun sales.
An AR?
Yep.
Yeah. So then we headed out of there, and out of there, you're going to pass the Stonehouse, which is an extremely popular biker stop bar in the middle of nowhere during the rally. It's only open like 3 weeks out of the year.
It's
something like
only
that.
open during the rally, the rally week. So if you're not going there during the rally,
I think it's like the week before the weekend. So I think it's like a 3-week period for the year that it's open. We didn't stop because like we said, that day was hot. Yeah. And we had made just a bunch of stops. We were ready to kind of get back where we were going, so we didn't hit that up. But most people say it's a must-do.
And this is a good loop. I mean, we left out in the morning. We had lunch in Hewlett, and then by the time we got back, I mean, it was pretty late. It was dinner time. So I mean, this Lasso can be really a whole day ride.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
The whole ride was awesome.
And if you continue on, that brings us to ride number 2.
So you come into the town, off of the Lasso, you can come into the town of Spearfish. And when you go through the town of Spearfish, you find Route 14 and you head south. And this is a road a lot of people talk about. It's a must-do, an absolute must-do when you're in the Black Hills, and that's Spearfish Canyon. So Spearfish Canyon Road actually connects the town of Spearfish to the town of Cheyenne Crossing. So awesome ride, some of the best views.
Best views, nice, easy going road, windy but not technical. 35 miles an hour. Everybody's just kind of cruising along and checking out the views, the waterfalls.
Waterfalls,
right?
yep.
Bridal Veil Falls, Rough Lock Falls. This road has tons of pull-offs, so you can get off and check out the scenery. You can go down to the river, the stream that it runs along. Play in the water if you want, whatever. It's just a beautiful road. I felt like it was the most scenic and beautiful road that we did while we were there.
It was one of the nicest rides. It was real super laid back. And again, both these rides, if you're a novice rider, not real experienced with, and when I say novice rider, not real experienced with mountain roads, because riding mountain roads, some people live in areas that are flat. I mean, we don't live in the very mountainous area of the country. These are roads that very easy technically. I mean, sweeping curves, really gorgeous.
Yeah, it's slow and easy. It's meant to absorb the views over technicality. So it's really nice.
Definitely a must-do. Probably,
Definitely.
if you can only do one of these 5 we talk about, I'd probably say you don't want to miss Spearfish Canyon.
You don't want to miss Spearfish.
If you're looking for a nice, easy day, this is the one you hit.
So
number 3.
85 Loop, all right, Hell's Canyon.
Hell's Canyon.
So really, this is a road that I don't think we necessarily saw on any maps, but it was close to where we were staying. We stayed in Lead during the rally. Came out of where we stayed, we made a left, and this takes you into Wyoming. Huge elevation climb, not a technical road. A great stop called the Buckhorn Bar, which is like a bar and stuffed animal head museum.
Dive bar.
Yeah, between the animal, stuffed animals, and all the dollar bills everywhere,
All
right?
the dollars. Make sure you have some dollars when you go there.
Yeah.
There's dollars pinned all over that bar. Very cool stop. And again, also not a technical road.
No,
Huge
sweeping curves, more scenery. I mean, that's
the type of road where you can enjoy the scenery.
Yes.
yeah.
As a rider, you can enjoy.
And everything in the Black Hills is scenery, but this was you can just chill, nothing technical, big easy sweeping turns, and you can just look at everything.
So that road then takes you through Wyoming. Vast amounts of openness in Wyoming. I mean, you could just see for miles in Wyoming. Takes you down to, which road does that take you down to?
Hell's Canyon.
But you have to make a left on Route 16.
Yeah.
And then
East.
16 east will then take you down through an area called Hell's Canyon, which was like 15 years ago was part of the biggest forest fire in South Dakota history. I mean, and we still, I think, saw some of the remnants of that when we were there. I mean, that area still is not fully recovered. But along this road is, I guess, the most technical part of it, and I really didn't even think it was that, because there are just some more sharper elevation changes and a few turns. But I mean, really, it's really still a nice road to ride, and that brings you to the Jewel Cave National Park.
Cave. I think that's where the more technical
part, just
riding
before Jewel
was,
Cave,
but it wasn't really technical. It was just up and down, and
of the route,
of
this route, that was the most technical.
Which
part
is
of
probably my favorite part of all the routes that we took.
The Hell's Canyon part.
Hell's Canyon part. That was probably my favorite part.
Very cool. Jewel Cave is neat. It was closed when we were there. You couldn't go into the cave.
Into the caves, you could get into the visitor center, and the store, and look at some of the little museum type stuff they had. But the actual caves were closed, and I guess that's because.
Yeah. And if you have one of those national park passports, like some of us do, you can get a stamp there.
Get your sticker.
If you're looking to complete your passport.
That's right.
So.
And that takes us to number 4, right?
4.
The Badlands Loop.
Badlands
National Park. The loop through there. Was it route? We took Route 240 out of Wall.
Yeah, the 240 loop
takes you right into the Badlands. Again, this is a national park, so there will be an entrance fee which you can do, it varies depending on what kind of car or vehicle you're in. So you can get that on, go to the national park website or whatever. That'll have that on there. I think for the bikes, for us, it was $25 a bike with your passenger.
Yes.
And then that loop, I mean, that's, if you've never done this, it's like you're on another planet. Right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely. From green to brown in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that's why they called it the Badlands. The Indians couldn't do anything with the land. I mean, that's how it got its name. And,
even people that were crossing back in the days, trying to cross that land, half of them wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
So the terrain is
no wagons going across.
yeah.
It looks like I don't even know what planet, but it just looks like it's nothing. It's crazy, but you have to see it. It's a beautiful ride. Now, there were some areas. I mean, it's slow, but there were some areas of that were
a little technical,
a little tight.
Well, a little tight, and there were a few areas where the road was washed out and it was just dirt.
Yeah, dirt and gravel.
Or some gravel. There was definitely some gravelly areas that you had to be careful on.
And it was hot that day, and the road patches. I remember the patches that they had.
The tar patches they put that.
Were super soft.
Slick.
So
they were slick.
I would say be mindful of that on that road. But I mean, otherwise,
a lot of elevation change.
A lot of quick elevation change. Height, but just up and down small hills.
But then heading, when you're coming down, like there's sharp banks and some tight turns. But overall, not bad. Just a couple spots. But the biggest thing I think to look out for are those gravelly dirt spots.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention for those.
So it seems like everybody we talk to, who's been through there, they're always fixing some part of that road. Yeah. And we took, like Bert said, we came out of Wall. We headed south. We took the 240 loop around. We went under 90. 240 brings you right back to Route 90.
Yep.
If you're coming out of Sturgis, you could take 90 if you're pressed for time, but there's also Rim Road, which is kind of like a back road that will take you out that way. So there's kind of two different roads down there, but we just took the 240 loop, and the views from that were great. We had a couple of stops where we pulled off to see the scenery.
Pull-offs everywhere for camera, photo ops, and all that.
I don't know about you guys, but I can sit out there and just, if there was nobody else around, I could sit out there and just stare into
some people were like, there were people in RVs just pulled off with their camping chairs out and stuff.
Yeah, the views are amazing.
It was windy.
Yeah, it was definitely windy. It was windy that day.
If you think your bike has a flat tire or something, it's not that. It's the wind, because you will be riding at an angle through there.
Now it wasn't windy when we left that morning, but it seemed like as the afternoon picked up.
Oh yeah, it got worse.
That day was like our windiest day. I mean, riding from Wall into Sturgis was just unbelievable wind for us that day. But Badlands is a must do. Really like that road. And all these roads that we've talked about so far, Spearfish, the Badlands, take the time to pull off and enjoy some of these stops and enjoy some of the scenery. I mean, there's plenty of stops to just take a break and just enjoy what you're out there to see.
Yeah, definitely, especially if it's your first time, and especially if you don't know when you're going to get back again. If you live somewhere like us, 1,700 miles away, we'll probably get back, but we have no idea when. So take your time, check them out. That leads us to number 5 in the last road.
Iron
Mountain Road.
So you can check our Iron Mountain Road video up here. I'll link. It's of all the roads that we've talked about today, this is the most technical road. I mean, if that
we got to ride.
Yeah, that we got to ride. There are plenty of technical roads in the in the Black Hills, but this was the most technical one that we rode. It's a ton of switchbacks.
Is it like 33 miles? You said
33 miles, 14 switchbacks.
Pigtails?
3 pigtails, where the road actually loops underneath of itself so that it allows it to cover more elevation in a shorter area. And we rode Iron Mountain from Custer out towards Mount Rushmore. And that allowed us to see Mount Rushmore as we came out of the tunnels on Iron Mountain Road.
That was great. So, Jeannie's got a couple pictures of that.
Yeah. So in the video, the GoPros didn't really get that. I mean, because you were coming from a dark tunnel into this blown out, sunlight. So we didn't really, none of that transpired on the video, unfortunately. Yeah. But great road, takes you about 45 minutes. Traffic wasn't bad the day we went, because we went, I believe, on Monday morning.
It was a Monday, yes.
At second week of the rally. Yep. And we've talked to plenty of people that say on the weekends during the rally that this road can really get trafficy and stacked up, and it's not a road that I would want to be in a ton of traffic on, but
especially on the switchbacks.
It's but it's a great road to ride.
And what was the coolest part about it? Coming through the tunnel,
Mount Rushmore.
seeing Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Awesome.
So great ride.
So this ride actually came to a surprise to me because I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
No, I didn't. Which is perfectly fine. It was just it was an awesome surprise. It really was.
So those are 5 rides that we really enjoyed out in the Black Hills during the Sturgis Rally, and most of them are rides that really are pretty chill. Aside from Iron Mountain, Iron Mountain, you have to put your skills to work.
And that's just 5 rides. I mean, that's 5 rides that we did. There's more. There's things we didn't get to.
Yeah.
There's
Plenty of
there's
roads we
too
didn't
much
get
to
to
do
ride.
out there. You can't get it all in a week. That's, I guess, why a lot of people go back year after year. There's roads that we didn't get to do that we're looking forward to hopefully doing again, or doing for the first time one day when we get back again. But these are the 5 that stood out to us on our trip there. So we just wanted to share that with you guys, for those of you going out for the first time and trying to figure out what you're going to do and where you're going to ride.
Yeah.
So like we said, I mean, we're doing this video because spring is basically right around the corner. For those of us like us that don't live in California, Florida, or Texas, we haven't been riding as much the last few months, and that time is coming. It's right around the corner, and everybody's planning their trips. So if you are going to Sturgis this year and you're looking to really, kind of boost your experience, we can
That's
just
a
go
good way
ahead.
to put it,
We'll go ahead and plug this right now. If you really want to do something epic, you can be part of a world record poker run ride, which will be starting in Florida and ending in Sturgis on the first day of Sturgis, the first, or on the weekend, it's like first Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Florida to Sturgis, 30-something hundred miles. It's part of the supportbikers.com website. The Badgers, if you follow, you should be following them on YouTube as well. They've set this whole thing up, and it's going to be an amazing ride if you have the time and the ability to do it.
To be part of a world record.
Part of a world record, and then still experience Sturgis. Check it out on the website. You can either go to worldrecordpokerrun.com or supportbikers.com. It's going to be an amazing event. It's for charity as well. They'll be raising money for a charity. The registration for that is opening now. So if you're seeing this video, you can go register right now. That just opened March 1st. So check that out. You can read up more about it, but we just wanted to let you guys know because it's going to be a pretty epic trip. And if you have the time to do it, you're not going to want to miss it.
I'll link I'll put the link below for the registration for that. And listen, thank you guys for watching. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, ring the bell. Doesn't cost you anything.
Comment.
And drop a few comments.
We like comments.
We'll answer them.
Yeah, let us know your experiences on these roads if you've taken them.
Yeah, hey, what roads did we not mention that you think are awesome? Let us know.
Yeah. There'll be a few.
Absolutely, I'm sure.
So,
all right, guys.
thanks.
Thanks for watching.